Tell me what was your strategy going into that race and how were you able to pull it off?
To be honest, I had many strategies. And the problem was I thought too much and then I underestimated my competition. It's like I need to calm my brain down. I needed to get it set on one goal. So we get to the semifinals. I feel I can go even faster. I didn't want to get beat. So here I am getting second in the semis. I'm like, what's going on? My therapist calls me and she's like, you're running with aggression. You're running with a Noah that is not you. Just go out there and run. She said, if you control the crowd, you control the race. And I know, okay. I'm like, well, shoot, that's how I do. I'm a showman. That's what I do. All I got to do is be Noah. If that's all it takes, I'm gonna win the race. And it's not about running fast times. It's about running to win. The times will come when you run to win.
Hello, JPU family. Welcome to another episode of JPU's Sports Report. You just heard Noah Lyles after the 2024 Paris Olympic Games. As you know, Noah Lyles did not win the 200-meter final. He picked up bronze, and in the 100-meter, he tied and came down to 0.005 of a second, which is less than 1 second, and received the gold medal. Noah was disappointed as he was aiming to double up in the 100 and 200 meters. He also withdrew from the 4x100 meter relays. Noah said he had COVID and that interfered with his ability to perform. So the Diamond League is happening in Switzerland. Noah did not show up as he pulled out of the Diamond League that came just before the Olympic Games. Tebogo, however, is not slowing down on his performance in the men's 200 meters as he eased to victory again at the Diamond Leagues in Switzerland. The Olympic gold medalist won the race ahead of two American sprinters as he did in Paris, France. The Botswana athlete still has more chance to increase his dominance in the 200-meter race with Noah Lyles ruled out of the season due to injury. Tebogo beat two United States athletes at the Diamond Leagues on Thursday, August 22nd. In France, Tebogo beats Kenny Bednarek and Noah Lyles to become the Olympic champion in Paris, France. Tebogo was tipped as the favorite to win in Switzerland at the Diamond League and didn't disappoint with his performance. He was tasked to defend his Olympic title in Switzerland, and in the absence of Noah Lyles and his teammate Bednarek, Tebogo did it comfortably once again. The Olympic gold medalist was in lane 6 and best the American sprinters Ariane Knighton and Fred Curley. Tebogo won the race, easing through in a time of 19.64 seconds, while Knighton, who claimed second position, finished the race in 19.78 seconds. Curley, who won a bronze medal in the 100-meter race at the Olympics, crossed the line in 19.86 seconds, his season's best. Guys, it appears to me that Tebogo has a very bright future in track because there's no stopping him at this time in the 200 meter. That is his race. And I don't know what you guys think, but I am getting the feeling that Noah Lyles has been avoiding Tebogo forever. And he was tested at the Olympic and, he couldn't pull through. This guy is it. At the beginning of this video where Noah Lyles was speaking with Shannon Sharp, and he told him that he underestimated his competition in Paris. I don't know how that could be because here you have the fastest time in the men's 200 meters in the season for 2024. And as you can see, Tebogo has 19.46 seconds. Noah Lyles had the second fastest, which is 19.53, and his teammate Kenny, 19.59. So with that said, Noah could not have underestimated. I don't know why. I mean, that just doesn't make sense to know that these are the season's best. You're in a competition with somebody with the fastest time. How could you underestimate your competition? That just does not make sense to me. Anyway, he did not show up at the Diamond League for a second consecutive time, and it seemed like Noah is going to be out for the rest of the season. I imagine the disappointment is still there, But listening to that clip that I played in the beginning, it seemed like, if he's telling the truth, Noah went into Paris, into this 200-meter race, with a very confusing and distorted mindset going into the race, and that can affect you psychologically. I showed you guys the video where he was jumping up and down and crossing the field and up and down the field and back and forth just before the race. He said his therapist told him that if he controls the crowd, he controls the race. I don't know if his therapist said that, but I don't know. He was definitely trying something with the crowd, something that no one else did, because everybody else was settled in their block, ready for the race to start. So he comes out and he appeals to the crowd. And then at the end of it, he came in third, collapsed, and had to be carted off by paramedics. I don't know why his therapy would tell him that. You don't worry about the crowd when you go into the blocks. You're supposed to go into the blocks, focus on your lane and your race. You don't focus on the athletes in the race. You don't focus on the crowd. You focus on the finish line. Maybe it's that bad advice that threw him off his game, because instead of focusing on his lane and his race, he focused on the crowd and running up and down, tiring out himself just before the race. That was not good advice at all. Or maybe he got nervous when he saw the guy with the best time, Tebogo, in the race with him. Maybe that's what really threw him off and distracted him. And this is why it's never a good idea to start doing too much antics before a race. Leave the celebration for the end of it. But anyway, it's a bit disappointing for me personally to see that Noah did not show up at the Diamond League and that we're not going to see any competition from him for the rest of the season. I would have loved to see Noah and the champion, Tebogo, competing again. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think that there's something more to why Noah is keeping away from the competition? Do you think that the presence of the champion threw him off in Paris? What do you think the future holds for Noah Lyles in track and field, with a national hero in his own country, Tebogo, who is consistent in defending his title? Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this upload. Keep it locked here to JPU. Make sure that you're subscribed, you have your notification on, and you're inviting your friends to this channel. Take care until next time.